all have one or more habits that we tend to on a regular basis, whether they're good or they're bad. I was able to implement 4 habits that I learned from books, mentors, and other successful people. While implementing these 4 habits, I was able to change my way of thinking, communicate better in rough situations, set better goals, and be around more successful people. In this video, I'm going to talk about those 4 habits and how you can implement them in your life. First is your mindset. In order to become successful and separate yourself from the others, you need to have a positive mindset. Anytime I think of a positive mindset from an athlete's perspective, I always think of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather had one of the most positive mindsets there ever was. If you look at all of his interviews, no matter what's going on, he always had a positive mindset. I don't care if he was going to the club until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and everyone else was going home, he still made sure that he went out and ran those 4 to 5 miles every single night because he knew he had to have a positive mindset in order to become the best boxer to ever box. And then on the other hand, if you look at all of his trolls or haters, they always talk bad about him. They had a negative mindset. They always knew, honestly, deep down in their heart, he was one of the best boxers, if not the best boxer to ever lace up those gloves. But Floyd Mayweather, no matter all the haters and all the trolls, he still continued to have a positive mindset. And that separated him from anyone else. Because if you see a lot of athletes, influencers, or people in general, they tend to fall into the trap of having a negative mindset because people troll them or talk bad about them. But to be the most successful person and to be the best person that you can be, you have to have a positive mindset. I know sometimes we wake up in the morning, we don't even want to get out of bed. We have those negative thoughts that we can't be great that day. It just isn't our day. So you need to find things that create a positive mindset for yourself. For me personally, I drive around and look at mansions. Mansions motivate me and help me if I'm in a slump because I know that eventually I will own a mansion. So if I drive around and look at mansions, I look to manifest that situation. And honestly, I go to dealerships as well. I eventually want a Lamborghini. So I'll drive past some Lamborghini dealerships, or even I maybe want a Tesla. So I'll go to the mall or to a Tesla dealership and go sit in that car. It's about manifestation. So when you're deep down and you don't feel like you can achieve things and you have a negative mindset, think about your future. Think about things that can pick up your mindset, pick up a positive mindset. Think about the things that you want out of life. Once you surround yourself and manifest those things, or even listen to podcasts, listen to videos, motivational videos to help you create a positive mindset. Create that positive mindset and create positive situations so you can have a positive mindset going forward. Next is therapy. Growing up in my community, going to therapy was frowned upon. Like if you go to therapy, you're considered soft or you're showing a sign of weakness. But the older I got and the more I matured as a man, I realized that therapy was a great outlook. I honestly went to therapy for about 4 to 6 weeks before I moved to Texas. It helped me so much. It helped me communicate with my fiance a lot better. Anytime we argue, I know how to communicate through those situations. I know how to communicate with friends, family. I know how to become a better YouTuber. I honestly deal with being antisocial. I don't do well in front of crowds or even in front of the camera. But talking to my therapist, that therapist put me in uncomfortable situations so that when I'm in those situations, I'm actually becoming more comfortable. If you're someone who wants to own a business one day, or you even own a business right now, I recommend that you go to talk to a therapist because it's about communication. The better you communicate, the better and smoother your business will run. Because if you're able to communicate with your drivers or your realtors or whatever kind of business you have, it's going to be better. They're going to feel more comfortable with you. It's going to feel like family. It's not going to feel like another person where you're bad-mouthing them or anything of that nature. Communication is very key in life in general. I don't care what you do. You have to have great communication skills in order to reach those levels that you want to reach in life. Third is planning. I'm talking about getting a planner and writing down every single thing and crossing it off every single day. Shout out to my mentors and my fiance for helping me get a planner. A plan without action is just a dream. So if you're not planning these things out, you're going to be like a hamster. You're going to be running around that wheel every single day and you're just going to be chasing your own tail. But if you start to plan things, you'll be able to realize that you're able to achieve things. So like, for example, if you want to own a business in the next 6 months, write down every single day what you need to achieve to eventually reach that in the next 6 months. Once you write that down and you achieve it, cross it off. You want to start small, like small time planning or goals like this. So eventually, once you have those bigger goals, you have the confidence to achieve those bigger goals. So write them down, cross them off every single day. Just keep continuing to do that. I don't care if you're doing it 5 days a week or even 7 days a week. Right? If you want to start with 5 days a week, do it for those 5 days a week. And on the weekend, just take time off to yourself, to your family or whatever. But planning every day for your business, your personal life is super important if you want to become successful. Last are your surroundings. You are like the people you hang around most. This is one of the most important, and this is something that's really deep to me. I eliminated people that have been in my life for 10 or 15 years because they didn't have the same mindset. They weren't looking to achieve the goals that I was. They were honestly just stuck in their ways. And I was bringing something to the table and they weren't. So they was eventually eating off my plate. And that's a huge no-no. One thing you're not gonna do is eat off of my plate. If anything, you better bring a plate to the table as well so we all can eat. So surround yourself with the right people. Surrounding yourself with people who are in a better situation than you are. If you're the only millionaire in the room, walk out that room. That's a problem. You need to be in a room with billionaires if you're a millionaire because you want to reach their level. So if you look around your circle and you see people who aren't helping elevate you and they're pulling from you, what does that mean? You need to separate yourself. You need to separate yourself to succeed. I may even put that on the shirt one day. Separate to succeed. Remove yourself from those situations because eventually, I promise you, eventually, they're going to be dragging you into their drama, into their negative thoughts. And eventually, you're going to be just like them. And eventually, you're going to realize that you haven't reached those goals and pushed yourself because these people were holding you back the whole time. So eliminate them from your life. You don't have to eliminate them totally, but you could just tell them, hey, like, I'm in a different space right now. I'm looking to achieve different things. You're either with it or you're not. And if you're not, hey, we got to cut ties. I don't care how long we've known each other. I've done it personally. There's no love lost or anything of that nature, but I got a life to live and I got goals to achieve. But you may not be willing to cut ties with someone you've known for 10, 15, or 20 years. That's fine. That's completely fine. But let me tell you something. Don't confuse the time of a relationship with the value of a relationship. I'm closer with people that I've known only for a year than I've known for someone for 15 to 20 years. So understand the value of a relationship over the time of a relationship. You don't have to cut them off completely. You can honestly categorize people. You know exactly you're not going to meet with this person who's not a business person, who's not helping push me to reach my goals. So just meet them for coffee or drinks or whatever every blue moon. But I know that I have a strong category of people over here that I'm going to meet with every week to talk about business. And then I have family that I'm going to meet to talk about family stuff. So you don't have to completely cut those people off, but make sure the majority of your time that you're surrounding those people with that are helping you push and reach those goals that you want to achieve to take your life to the next level. I challenge you guys to implement one or more of these positive habits into your everyday life and begin to weed out those negative people or negative items that are draining and not uplifting you. I recommend that you start with your mindset and your surroundings. They go hand in hand. You can have the best mindset there ever was. But if you have a poor surroundings, eventually they're going to drain you and you're then going to have a negative mindset just like them. And it goes vice versa. So begin to implement these in your everyday life and begin to change your life for the better. Thank you guys so much for all of your continued support. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and as always, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you guys so much.